What's up everyone? Today I'm going to show you how to fit an intercom to your motorcycle helmet. So we'll go from this to this in 5 simple steps. Roll the intro. Intercom usage is booming lately. They are becoming more and more common fixture to the side of a rider's helmet. Now, most helmets have been designed with an intercom being fitted in mind. Features like bases that accept clamps more readily, pockets for speakers to sit in, and a neat place to route a cable. And there are more and more brands offering helmets with integration in mind. Brands like Schuberth, Shoei, Nolan and X-Lite for example. But today I'm using a Cardo Packtalk Black, a universal intercom designed to fit as many helmets as possible. The majority of intercoms are designed to fit this way, whether it's from Cardo, Sena, Interphone or any other brands. The components and method of fitment is largely the same. Now, my helmet of choice for this is my Arai RX-7V, but I'll show you some other helmet examples along the way too, but the theory will be essentially the same. Now, you can watch my latest review on the Cardo Packtalk Black by clicking up here. Step 1, what's in the box? Well, most kits contain a pretty similar array of components. So let's get this Cardo open here and take a look. We've got the intercom unit itself. We've got paper about warranty and fitting and troubleshooting, things like that. We've got this nice, neat little box here. This is going to contain all the little goodies. Okay, so we have got a cable here to connect the unit to a computer, a clamp and base which will allow us to slide that up between the helmet shell, a boom microphone, a wired microphone, and our awesomely powerful JBL speakers. We've also got an assortment of Velcro pads and handily a nice alcohol prep pad as well. Oh, and finally the sticky adhesive mount in case the clamp mount doesn't fit. Now, some other bits that will make your life a little bit easier. I'm going to be using this helmet donut. Now, this allows me to get the helmet at any angle I need whilst also preventing damage to stop it rolling against the tabletop. Now, if you don't have one, you can use something like a folded up towel or a jumper. That'll work just as well. Also, before you get started, we're going to pop the unit on charge. With modern tech, it's best practice to give the battery a full charge before using it the first time. Now, we're just going to get a little head start whilst we fit the intercom system. Check out how you're going to mount the intercom. Now, every intercom is designed for the left-hand side of the helmet. This is because if you need to press a button, you're not going to take your hand off the throttle or brakes to make that happen. So it keeps you in control of the motorcycle. Now, the mount is a base for the unit to attach to, and we have a choice of clamp or adhesive. Now, I'd recommend using the clamp mount as it's easy to fit and remove if required, and it just slides up between the outer shell and the interior. Now, some clamp mounts have screws that need to be loosened off before sliding up and then tightening to hold the desired position. But on this Cardo clamp here, it's held in place with tension alone, and it doesn't move once it's in place. Now, you might need to experiment with the placement until it slides up nicely. However, on some helmets, this just is not possible, and you'll have to use a sticky mount. You want to do a clean and dry of the area first with something like a neutral soap and warm water, and then dry it thoroughly before sticking. Handily, Cardo has provided me with these little alcohol wipes here to get the job done. On the Cardo unit here, we have the clamps, but we also have a base for the unit to mount onto. Now, to change this over, we can do this by pushing a coin into this little slot here on the base. Now, it can be quite stiff, but just give it a firm push and you'll be able to get it off. And then it's just a simple case of sliding it in place like so. Easy peasy. Now that the base is on, you can locate the microphone. So for an open face, flip up or a modular, the boom mic is the one that you'll want, as it will float in front of your mouth when you haven't got a chin bar to attach to, and you've got this nice flexible pipe that will hold position. Now, a full face helmet works best with the wired microphone. It's really easy to route and can stay fixed in place in one location on the chin bar. I'll be using this Velcro pad to put the mic where my mouth would be when I've got the helmet on. The microphone then plugs into the base, and I can tuck the wire in under the neck roll to keep it nice and neat. Handily, Cardo have provided some little arrows on the plug so you know which way to plug it in. It's a nice little feature. The last part inside the helmet is the speakers. Now, they'll have 2 different length cables, the short one being for the left hand side, whilst the long one is designed to reach around to the right hand side. Now you don't have to completely remove the interior, but it may help with installation. To be fair, it's also a good time to give the inside a good old clean and a wash if you haven't done so in a while. Now on my Ally here, I'm going to remove this additional bit of neck roll at the front. And also just unclip the cheek pads just to make installation a bit easier, but I won't need to fully remove anything. I can pull back the fabric over the cheek pads and I can place my speaker inside. Now quite handy to know if you have an Ally is this removable piece of foam here. It's about 5mm thick and just gives you an extra bit of space inside the ear pocket. So for these incredibly large JBL speakers the Packtalk Black comes with, I've just removed this bit of foam to alleviate a bit of pressure I was getting on my ears. Whilst on the showy NXR here, we have these fabric covers and plugs that sit inside the speaker cutouts when not in use. You can remove these when you want to fit the speakers and it locates them nice and easily. On the Scorpion here, we have this fabric flap covering the speaker cutout. So just fold that out the way and in it goes into that pocket. If you need a bit more security, you can use these little Velcro pads to hold them in place. Now we can connect the speakers to the base and tuck away the excess cables into the neck roll. Something like a cuticle stick for nails works wonders for locating wires into a tight neck roll. Although I wouldn't use anything sharp or metal as you wouldn't want to damage any of the wiring or the helmet. Right, well, that's the inside of the helmet done. Now that our intercom is fully charged, usually we'll have a flashing red LED flicking over to a constant green, but have a look in the instructions just to be sure. So we can go ahead and clip this onto the mount. For the Packtalk Black, it's a simple slide and click, but other units maybe sort of slide down from the top. Right, we can now switch the unit on. On this unit, it's just these two buttons here for 1 second, and we should get a flashing light. She might even talk to us if the volume is loud enough. There we go, so we've got a flashing green light here and a nice purpley looking light just to let us know that it's on. And we can go ahead and pair it to a device. Now to pair your intercom with your phone, you need to put it into pairing mode. Really simple, we're just going to press and hold the bottom button here for 5 seconds until the red and blue lights start flashing. Right, now it's in pairing mode, we need to do the next bit from our phone or other device like a sat-nav or something like that. There we go, we are all paired and ready to enjoy the music. Job done. It was as easy as that, and it is just 5 simple steps to get it fitted and working. To round off then, most intercoms have very similar sets of features, but they may operate in slightly different ways. So it's always handy to familiarize yourself with the commands found in the guide. It's much better to learn at home when you're sat on the sofa than when you're out on the bike in the middle of an adventure. There's nothing more frustrating than being stuck on a radio station you hate while fumbling and trying to navigate where you're going, and it just doesn't work. It's frustrating and annoying, so learn it at home, learn it on a local ride before taking it out off on a big adventure. Now, some things worth noting are that intercoms are run by software, and this does require updating from time to time. When you get it home for the first time, after you've charged it, it might be worth plugging it into the computer and check for any updates. This is normally done through some sort of software from the manufacturer's website or via an app. Also, something to note with these Cardo units with voice controls and some people having issues with being understood. Normally the quickest fix is to go into the app, go to the language settings and change it from English US to English UK. And for anything else, you can always get in touch with the team, either by phone or by popping into one of our fantastic 15 stores. Ride safe, have fun, I'm going to go and listen to some music, and see you in the next one.